like Charlamagne's the first one to say it, but he's the person that says, and he's connected into hip hop, saying that there's a hip hop kind of entity or hip hop adjacent entity that's using PR companies to spread propaganda on people they don't like in hip hop. Now, when he said that, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, he's talking about Roc Nation. Now, and I'm trying to explain the way you guys could understand. And that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for tangible proof. When I came out months ago and I said some of these bigger companies, and I'm not here defending Drake or nobody, nigga. All I'm trying to say is that I'm kind of now suspicious how Charlamagne the God and Pusha T, who they absolutely swore off anything to do with Roc Nation being, into smearing or whatever the case is, they're now talking about smearing, but they're claiming it's Drake people doing it. Now, I'm not here to defend Drake. Maybe Drake doing it. I don't know. All I'm saying is I have the proof of what happened to me. I wonder what their proof is. Now, Pusha T today tweeted, right? By the way, Pusha T, he signed to Roc Nation. He's literally signed to Roc Nation. He retweets this article and he says, interesting. And without putting words in his mouth, he's probably alluding to the connective tissue or the connectivity of people who keep saying this PR team Drake also uses, and Drake is paying to smear everybody or smear Jay-Z or to smear, I don't know what it is, right? Now, for me, I'm just looking at the interesting part. So y'all are telling me that months ago when I told y'all that there was 2 cars outside my house for months on end, they were just sitting there. Niggas was knocking on my door and I told y'all these people are stalking me because of Meg Thee Stallion. They dragged me to a 7-hour deposition, turned to 8 hours. They dragged me to federal court. I said, this is all stemming from Meg Thee Stallion, but it's not Meg, it's Roc Nation. Everybody said, no, why are you bringing in Roc Nation and Jay-Z into the matter? Everybody defended them. They're saying that basically I was almost batshit crazy. We've seen it with other people saying it. Nobody wanted to hear about smear campaigns when it came to that. Nobody wanted to hear about maybe paid campaigns or people with money who might use their influence and financial, resources to bully people, change narratives. Nobody wanted to listen to that for Roc Nation and them. But now we have a Roc Nation artist and Charlamagne trying to convince me that Drake is a nigga who is who the fuck is Drake smearing? Drake, the nigga that got called a pedophile. If anything, if Drake has a team, like literally, if Drake has a team that he's paying millions to smear people, his money must be dirt. Because of anybody in the last 3 years, he's gotten called the worst thing, the loudest on the biggest stage, a pedophile. And nobody else has got called nothing on the biggest stage ever. This would be the failure of epic proportions if Drake was actually paying people to smear people. So that's why I say I would love to hear the people who are invested in this. I'm going to call it conspiracy theory for now. But who knows? It might be true. I want to hear their proof. Like, what have they seen? Because I told every nigga what I seen with Roc Nation. Hey, yo, y'all ain't see that? Y'all ain't see that? They're like, oh, no, that's just Meg suing so-and-so. That has nothing to Roc Nation. I'm in the deposition. I see the shit pop up on the screen. Yo, go tell Roc Nation CEO Akademiks said this. Yo, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I literally said that. Nobody want to believe me. But now I'm supposed to believe Pusha T and Charlamagne? Really? Pusha T. And more Pusha than Charla. Because you're signed to Roc Nation, before you start speaking about any conspiracy theories or even mention or utter the word smear campaign, you got to look at your employers first. It's been documented. Testimonials have been put on record. People have given their own lived testimony on how Roc Nation or what they've done, and you are getting paid by them, buddy. So while I'm all for us diving into anybody who have smear campaigns going on against anybody, I'm telling y'all, it's like, imagine like someone saying they're looking for all the PDFs, but they're like, except Jeffrey Epstein. You'd be like, nigga, what the fuck? He the biggest one. If we're looking for people or companies that are doing smear campaigns and are paying people and trying to subvert like how people can have their own independent opinions, we got to start with Roc Nation first. So until Pusha T and Charlamagne basically say, hey, listen, we don't fuck with none of these people that do these things. Let's start with Roc Nation, and then let's get to if Drake pay nobody, and then let's keep going down the list to find everybody who's getting smear campaign, whatever. I kind of don't want to hear this bullshit. You're not going to get signed by Roc Nation. Roc Nation, my nigga. And then literally you're over here. Roc Nation moves like the Army, the Navy, the fucking terrorists, the PR company. They move like anything, nigga. Anyway. Pusha, I would love to have a conversation with you about it. Even Charlamagne. But I do think it's utterly ridiculous. And for the people, I guess if you didn't watch my kick stream before, let me see if I can pull up the clip that Charlamagne supposedly broke. I don't even know if this clip is like even recent. But for me, what it told me was, okay, this is about his album. No. Chat, why can't I find the fucking clip? I could never find the clip. Okay, I can't find it. I got to get my clips in order. But I never know where I'm going to go with when I start giving my diatribes. Okay, but if you guys get what I'm saying, Charlamagne had this like clip on the Brilliant Idiots where he's like, actually, I know how to find it. Yeah, someone had quote tweeted this. Oh, I can't even see it. Okay, whatever. I don't know. How do I find it? Somebody's going to tell me right now. Also, it's ironic with Pusha T even saying that. I just want to give a little bit of context. Pusha T, who signed for his new album, right? Pusha T, who signed for his new album to Roc Nation. He signed to Roc Nation for his new album. Okay? As part of him signing there, we need to remind him the things that Roc Nation has been accused of. Now, when we talk about PR companies who want to do smear campaigns, I think this would qualify as a PR company or a company, period, that wants to do a smear campaign. Always remember this. This is a very classic clip. Here we go.
And she was talking about, but when Nessa's talking right there, there's a part of me that feels bad about letting her be on her own with saying that. And this is the reality. This is what happens, at least in what happened, at least in this one instance, because I was there. I know for sure, I'm not saying it was Jay-Z. I can't say that Jay-Z did anything, right? But I know for sure, that Roc Nation was seeding negative stories about Colin Kaepernick during the time that he was really in traction with Jay-Z.
Oh. I want to play these clips juxtaposed to each other. This is why I'm always undefeated. Check this out. So Van Lathan, who used to work at TMZ, says unequivocally, I know Roc Nation was seeding. That's how you kind of put out things that you want the media to cover. You seed those things. Sometimes it's by paid versions or paid means, or maybe someone owes you a favor, or you'll submit something in a PR type of way, and you hope you get covered to deliver whatever your intended goal is. You hear the guy who used to work at TMZ. In case y'all never heard, let me play it again.
For sure that Rock Nation was seeding negative stories about Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, so when we talk about smear campaigns, it's usually because you're trying to put out negative things. Now he's confirming he knows Rock Nation, for sure, was seeding negative stories about Colin Kaepernick. Well, isn't this ironic? Let's listen to good old Charlo.
Oh, no, I was talking about never mind. I don't even want to.
Say it. We could cut.
Well, there's a PR firm that reps two people in particular, and it's interesting to watch these two people put things out there in the ecosystem to control the narratives about things.
That's exactly what Rock Nation does.
I'll say this. Both names rhyme with each other.
Rock and Sock?
Rhyme. If you guess, I'll tell you.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
No.
Ooh.
Both names rhyme, and one of their biggest endorsements rhyme.
Oh, Drake, Steak.
Fuck. You almost there, Alex.
Blake?
Drake, Steak, and
I don't know.
I thought this was the see. Y'all lied to me. Y'all told me this was the biggest story, and everybody's on to it.
oh, Blake.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Blake Lively.
Oh, you on it? You on it now?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You on it now? Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
This is a spreadsheet. What's that number?
2,026,000.
That's all the sites they feed stories to. By the way, this is only one spreadsheet. Look at this one.
So I would love you. Tell
And
people.
by the way, look, and it's not just the sites. Look, hold on, look what's on. Look at the stuff that's on here. Look at all of the websites, all of the fan pages, all of the blog sites. I'm not gonna jump out the window and accuse y'all of anything. I'm just gonna simply say we know who's getting paid to push things. We know who's getting paid to push things.
We should put.
And we know who's getting paid to push things.
We should put.
Okay. So here's with me. I love the exposals. That's my type of thing. But we got to start with the head of the snake. The head of the snake happens to be this guy right here. Rock Nation and Jay-Z. Sorry to say.
During the time that he was really in traction with Jay-Z. For sure. I've told this story before. I'll tell it again. This is another story where I give Harvey a ton of credit, right? So I'm at my desk one time. This is after the Rock Nation NFL deal has been announced. And give Harvey more credit than just with how he played this. I'll give him credit for the fact that he goes, hey, I just got this information on the phone. I know who was on the other end of the phone. I know who Harvey's Rock Nation contact is, right? I just got this information on the phone. And all of these things about Colin Kaepernick is what I just got told, right? He comes over to me and he tells me all of these things. And it was the whole Colin Kaepernick doesn't really want to play narrative. Like Colin Kaepernick didn't go to this training, or he sabotaged himself this way or whatever. Actually, it was the same thing that people had started to hear on First Take.
Seeding stories.
It was a narrative that was getting around because either it was coming from, what I thought at first is that either it was coming from players that had played with him or people that knew things. I don't know, but I had heard it before, right? And Harvey comes over to me and he says all of this stuff and he's like, yeah, did you know that he actually doesn't really want to play? And I looked at Harvey and I said, look, I don't think that we here at TMZ should be getting in the middle of what's going on between Colin Kaepernick and Jay-Z. I think if we run what essentially was a hit piece on Colin Kaepernick, I don't think we have the cultural cachet to do that. Number one, to insert ourselves into the middle of that situation. And also, I think it's choosing a side in something that is literally at the core of a culture, of a black cultural discussion right now. I don't think we should do it. And he listened. And he listened.
And you didn't do it.
He did not do it. He listened. He goes, okay, that makes a lot of sense. He listened. I'm like, I don't think we should do that. Like, he listened, right? He went and got back on the phone. And when he came back, there was a different story. And the story that ended up making it to TMZ was that Jay-Z somehow had the inside track on becoming an NFL owner.
Okay, all right. And we've played this a million times. You guys know, yeah. So, again, I want to indulge in this conversation. I've always said I feel like every media personality, humans are innately somewhat biased. Maybe you have a friend that, whatever, maybe whatever. For me, I always say, I think humans are going to be biased to some extent. I think they're being honest, though, if they are honest with their biases. Hey, that's my friend. It might be difficult for me to see the forest from the trees. That's my guy. Okay, whatever. You should probably take someone else's opinion seriously for that. The idea of bigger companies that are seeding fake stories or false narratives or smear campaigns, I think at this point could say Rock Nation is number one. They definitely have done that. Now, that's not me protecting. That's not me saying Drake isn't. I don't know. And that's why I said that, if Drake is paying people and I ain't get a dime, I'm mad. I'm low-key mad. So low-key, I want this to get exposed, right? I'm the number one nigga who want to get this exposed. Because I'm going to show up to Drake like, yo, Drake, you pay these niggas $2 million and I get $1? Like, hell nah. Like, come on, bruv. So I'm all with it. But I'm not into selectively trying to pigeonhole, because even then, let's say Drake was doing that. Who is Drake? And again, it's seeming like I'm defending, but I'm not. I need to see the victims. Who are the people that felt that Drake actually smear campaigned against them? Like, oh, okay, he paid for this to go out bad against you. No, the worst thing Drake has done, he said that Kendrick's kids ain't his, and he said in a diss song. So I would love to see how, if Drake has done this, how has he done this and to who? Okay? Can't find who the victims are. I'm one of the victims of Rock Nation. And for anybody else who employs this strategy, I would like to see who they are too. Because we could probably figure out a lot more about, this makes sense. The timing of this story breaking and this person getting in trouble and this person getting canceled and them missing out on this money and them getting banned here. Maybe we could find some connective tissue to how these bigger companies are really meddling in the narrative or in the hip-hop ecostructure to either silence, bully, or get these niggas to get in line, especially from the media perspective. So I wanted to get exposed, Drake or not. But I'm wondering, you know me, with the Epstein files, I know y'all were like, oh, you like Trump, you won't talk about Trump. No, we can talk about Trump on the Epstein files all fucking day. It's weird. Okay? It's same thing with me with this. So it's not like protecting Drake. It's like, but before we get to Drake, like if we're looking for like, the biggest killers, let's not avoid King Von and go to the nigga with one body. That nigga had 7. Rock Nation is like the biggest, they're the biggest egregious offender of everybody in almost everything. So whatever, we will see. Okay. I'll leave that there for now. I don't know why I'm hearing. Someone pointed to me that Blueface, he's tripling down. And this is the day after. He's tripling down on him feeling that he was scammed by losing. Now, I want to ask y'all a question. What do y'all think about Blueface losing to Chibu? The after effects of it is a little bit interesting. Because I'm going to be honest with you, after seeing how terrified every other rapper was of Blueface, to see Blueface lose to, no disrespect to Chibu, but a regular guy, I've told y'all, rappers live so much in image. Everybody assumes rappers are super tough. They all got hands. They all could fight. And if you put a rapper versus a regular civilian, like they're almost a superhuman, right? Well, we get to find out, bro, that's not true. You have Lebebe. He's ducking a fade with me. we see some of these guys athletically. You're like, okay, these guys look like they've never done anything more than fucking walk to the block to sell some drugs. That's it. You can tell these guys aren't really on nothing. It's gotten to the point, I'm going to play the clip after. I'm going to be honest with you, I think especially with streaming, people have never looked at rappers as bitches as much in history till now. I think a regular fan realizes that a rapper is probably a bitch ass nigga. Like your average rapper who talks crazy is probably a bitch ass nigga without the 20 people with him, without the guns that he claims he's shooting, which he doesn't have a gun charge for. Okay. Fans are and this is why like rap is in a weird place. There's no more mystique for rappers. There's no more respect for rappers. And the idea of, oh, these are like, I remember, shit, I just came over to the United States. Like, nigga, a couple years later, you hear 50s popping. The idea behind 50s lore was that this guy survived getting shot 9 times. Bro, he had a song called You Not Like Me. Basically saying that he's like this. We thought he was like the Iron Man of fucking gangsters, of humans. This is why he's the tough guy from the streets. Now we're realizing like these rappers are bitches. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is going to continue till a rapper gets in the ring or a rapper shows us otherwise. And this is why people, I ain't going to lie, no disrespect. This is why DaBaby deserves so much respect. He was one of the only niggas that every time somebody played with him, he gave a demonstration. He made an example. Every time. Every single time. To the point, I think he had a reputation of, don't fuck with DaBaby. He ain't one of them. But these days, I think people look at rappers like, yo, bro, you getting knocked out by this regular nigga. You getting holed by this other dude. Like, yo, y'all not really that tough. That's why when rappers is now trying to come with this like super tough shit, we like, yawn. I hate to say it. Yo, there was an idea. Before Fifth went like kind of super pop with him, his albums going on Diamond, people were scared of 50. I remember the whole thing was when white people started calling him Fitty. And it was saying that remember the dude walked around with a bulletproof vest. It felt like violence was following him. And when he figured out that, yeah, he still got to be tough for like hip hop, but he got to be able to smile with the white folks and kind of go in both worlds, he started really going crazy and he started really blowing up. But I only say that to say there used to be a thought about rappers. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, I think niggas look at rappers as hoes. Right now, your favorite rapper, like, we're seeing them too much. They got beer bellies. These niggas look like they couldn't even run 50 meters. Like, they look like me. Like, these niggas look... The idea and facade about a rapper is completely done. And again, I'm not saying it's every rapper, so don't act like I'm dissing every rapper. But what I'm telling you, it's about how people view the average rapper. And these things don't help. I think Blueface was one of the only last niggas like, oh yeah, he a Crip, he a this. Like, damn, he probably caught 8,000 squabbles in jail. Damn, he's calling everybody out. Like and then when you see him versus Chibu, by the way, I still think, he held his own. I think people are like, yeah, these guys aren't that scary. They're just like regular human beings. People look at rappers like vloggers now. Like, y'all just vloggers, my nigga. Like, that's it. Like, you're vloggers that just make music. That's it. Anyway, let's hear about Blueface. And this is from today, I believe. He's talking about how, according to the caption, it says he doubles down on the scamming thing. And he says he was paid over $300,000.
Yeah, Aiden's definitely scamming. He tried to say I was drinking and getting lit. I don't even drink, chat. It's definitely an excuse to make it more favorable. All the highlights was in one round. It's a 6-round fight. And if you go look at all the highlights from what everyone's posting, it all says round 6. Where's the rest of it?
Now, I want to stop Blueface there. And remember, for anybody who's like, yo, Ak, you and Blueface are going back and forth, so you're a little bit biased. I have no reason to try to shit on him. I lost money. I lost $20,000 because of Blueface. I believed in him. I betted on him. Blue, maybe you're right about the alcohol thing. I didn't see you drinking alcohol, even though you saying you don't drink, that would be a new revelation. I've seen you drink many times in the past, like you and your ex, Krishan, you guys had a substance abuse problem for sure, right? And I'm not acting like no one else does. Maybe I do, right? But you guys used to drink a lot. So maybe you don't drink now. I'm not making that accusation. Blue, you do have to take accountability that physically you look like you're in 2,000 times more shape than Chibu, and you were completely gassed by the 6th round. Not only were you completely gassed by the 6th round, right? Which, by the way, you guys requested. According to WAC 100, that was a compromise after they swapped out another fighter, which would have been what's my man's name? Ruga. They swapped out Ruga, and they said, hey, you could fight Chibu, and WAC or you said, well, this guy's 285 pounds. He's heavier. We'll only do it if we do 6 rounds. So all of these things is you being the A side controlling it. You asked for 6 rounds because you thought that because he's fat, your stamina would be better. And for the regular person watching the fight, that's what it should have been. You're in shape, he's fat, or you look in shape physically. But the reality is not because you look in shape means you're actually in shape. Okay? Obviously, you were incarcerated for some time. You probably weren't in there training for a boxing match, but you got out. We seen you in the studio. You're definitely putting in work, streaming, doing everything you had to do. But you clearly didn't take this match serious enough. Where's the videos or whatever of you waking up early in the morning and jogging 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles, getting the cardio up? No, you assume because you were a skinny, tall dude, or you're not that skinny anymore, but you're way more physically or visibly physically in shape than Chibu, that you had better stamina than him. You're ignoring some of the most obvious parts. You were still gasping for air after 6 rounds. He did 6 rounds too. Even during the interview, he was talking, even though he was a little bit winded too, but it's very obvious. It was very obvious. I'll pull it up again that you guys can see it. In case you think I'm lying. Blueface. Let's see. Look, even this clip.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Okay, even in this clip right here. So this is a clip where he is in the, I don't want to dox how Aiden's warehouse is, but there is essentially another warehouse where the fighters prepare, they kind of chill at until it's time to go to the main warehouse where the fight happens. So after the fight, Blueface goes back there after he's done the interview. Now, you would imagine if Blueface is really in better shape than Chibu, look, the fight is done. Look, this is him in the fight. See? Look, still gathering his breath. Still gathering his breath. Again, listen, I know I'm not in shape either, my niggas. I'm not here like I'm just trying to say this is a part of accountability Blue got to take. You physically looked in shape. You underestimated a nigga because he was fat. You said, oh, let's go more rounds because you think he's going to get tired more than you. What Chibu did, which you got to give him credit. And remember, I got to give him the caveat. I had to pay out money because I bet on Blue. Chibu is a heavier dude. He put a lot of his weight. I know it's kind of dirty, but he put a lot of his weight on Blueface that Blueface kind of had to consistently deal with that was tiring out Blueface. Now, usually, technically, Chibu's supposed to be tired too because he's carrying all this weight on his body, but Chibu is he has better conditioning than Blueface. This is after the fight, after the press conference. This is a guy who's supposed to be someone in shape.
I'm not listening. Everybody in there, but the last 2 fights is crazy. May 2nd.
Okay. Just wait. Right.
Look,
Look, this is probably like 20 minutes after the fight. Or not, it's not 20 minutes. Let me be accurate. No, it's 5 minutes after the fight. 5 minutes after the fight, Blue could barely talk. He could get one word in before he has to. He's not in great shape. That's just clear. Conditioning is lacking. Just listen.
Losses come with this shit.
Oh no, watch you see the other.
Look.
Before we was up 4-2. We were up 4 rounds. It was up 4-2. But watch when you see the fight be super high fire, super high.
Again, as you see, Blue is gasping for air a bit. And all I'm trying to say is that if we look at Chibu afterwards, he looks like he probably could have won another round, even though he looked tired too.
He definitely landed a lot of.
But this is 10 minutes after the fight. Blue could barely talk. We just gotta be honest. Blue did not do no conditioning in terms of cardio. He probably did some workout, probably did a round or two sparring, make sure whatever was good. But conditioning, horrible. And also, it's his own fault because he asked for 6 rounds. Everybody else did 3. These are amateur fights. Everybody did 3. He wanted to bring this fat dude into the deep waters. The fat dude had better conditioning. Second of all, Blue is fighting somebody who's 285. Blue is more naturally like a guy that's around 200. Not sure what his current weight is now. If you watch Blue when he's fighting, Blue did hit a couple punches, but none of them looked like they affected Chibu. It didn't have power. Now, I'm not going to say Blueface doesn't have power with his punches, but it clearly appears to me that Blue probably has power if he's fighting somebody who's 185 or 190 or 195. But his power doesn't hit somebody that's 285 and really do nothing. There's no punch I think he hit Chibu with that Chibu was startled or, oh shit, like, actually one time, I did see one time. But there was times that it looked like Chibu may have hit him. And even though I still give Blueface the score overall because he got more punches in, power punches and moments that probably shocked the crowd, Chibu had those. Okay?
Out the ring.
Okay. All right. Now, this is where I'm also questioning. If you ask me, it looked like it was the first time Blueface ever did 6 rounds. That's a problem. Why ask for 6 rounds if this is the first time you think you're going to ever do 6 rounds? And also, why ask for 6 rounds if you're not comfortable with doing 6 rounds without being this tired? Unless you think you're going to stop him before 6 rounds. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that Blueface was the aggressor in much of the fight. I think he did a great job with the jab. I think he threw some decent and good punches early on, but he didn't have the energy of, I'm about to put this boy down. We got to be honest. Anyway.
My coach said,
Okay. All right, now he's like rested now. He's good. Okay, anyway, this is him from last night, I think today.
It all says an excuse to make it more favorable. All the highlights was in 1 round. It's a 6-round fight. And if you go look at all the highlights from what everyone's posting, it all says round 6. Where's the rest of it? I didn't take plenty losses before, chat. It's not. Boxing is the sport comes with losses. How much did I make on the fight? Oh, I ain't gonna tell you how much I made, but I'll tell you that I made over 300,000.
Yeah, I hear the number is like, it's like 350 or 400. He's like, I'm not gonna tell you how much I made. It's like, imagine making like $30 and be like, I ain't gonna tell you how much I made, but I made over $28. From what I hear, that's the highest Aiden. This didn't come from Aiden, but I hear that's the highest Aiden's ever paid for a boxer. Also, I think that's the thing that, if we're really thinking about this brand risk thing, you could look at it 2 ways. You could look at it as, if you pay a guy $300,000, let's call it $350,000. If you pay him $350,000, would you want him to win because now it makes the league bigger, or you want him to lose to one of your fighters because you want to make the fighter bigger? It's 2 different ways to think about it, but whatever.
I'll let you guess from there. And that's just for the fight. That's not even including nothing else. So it's definitely a celebration, chat.
Yeah, and I think the way he's talking, again, not that he didn't want to win, but this is a big win for Blueface. He just got home. He owes a lot of money. He gets $350, $400 for the fight. He goes to fucking Vendome or Booby Trap, wherever he goes to do club hostings the night before, he's probably collecting like good 30, 40 grand there. It probably turned out to be a trip that's worth like $700,000 for him, right? So, if you could parlay that into something where like this could have been $1 million weekend for him, right? He's hustling a lot. He's still streaming. Yeah, he lost the fight. Do I think it does irreparable damage to his career? No. I think for him, it's in his advantage to push the narrative of, hey, listen, I got robbed, right? And yes, he could fight again. No one in hip-hop is going to, you notice that all the rappers kept quiet, right? Because they wouldn't want to fight him. Like, that's the reality. So nobody's really talking about Blueface losing because they wouldn't want to fight his ass. So it is what it is, and I think it was just free cash for him. Reportedly, his first fight, or the one versus Ed Matthews, was for like $160,000 or $170,000. So he got double that. He's always been down to fight. So for him, it's a W, right? Okay. What is this? Platboy Max responds to Aiden. Okay. All right. They're going back and forth. Okay. All right. All good. So let's kind of move on into some other stuff. We covered Rick Ross responding to his former artist, and I want to say former friend, Gunplay, who accused him of essentially kind of giving up on him, not really putting all the resources behind him, and, really leaving him for dead. And Rick Ross kind of responded to that before, but also it looks like he's back and he's responding again. So Rick Ross, while in the pool, responded to Gunplay and all his accusations by saying this.
And not laughing at my little bro situation, because I got nothing but love for him, but the situation you talking about, what saying wasn't no budgets or nothing like that, the distributor had done dropped you. They ain't want nothing to do with you. MMG just ain't give you the bad news. We told you just keep working, just keep grinding. Don't stop, don't quit. Yeah, that's how it goes. When they don't want to spend no money on you, ain't no more budgets. You ain't have a manager, none of that. So they ain't tell you. And I ain't want to break your heart. I want you to keep hustling.
Now, what Ross is saying here is like really true, but it's a sad reality. But one of the reasons people say don't sign to a rapper, not that anything Ross is doing is the problem, is that this idea of you signing to Ross, you kind of start matching your career to the success overall of the label and Ross's career, right? You're seeing Ross get bigger and bigger budgets, and then you're seeing your budget dwindling down. That's a real thing that happens. When you sign to a production company, the production company doesn't put no money up. Their job is just to produce the content, right? So they're waiting on the budget from Def Jam or Atlantic. Well, in these quarterly board meetings, they're going to be like, all right, so we sign Gunplay through MMG. Here's what we're going to do. We looked at his numbers for the last 6 months. All his numbers are going down. We've been giving you $250,000 every quarter to be the budget for him. Hey, this is what we're going to do. We are not going to work. We don't want to keep, continuing to finance that. We're going to drop that one portion of our deal with you, and we want to continue in these other things. Or it might be a JV for the whole label. It might be like, hey, listen, we're approving budgets, but the budgets should be allocated as this. And for whatever reason, the distributor, Def Jam or Atlantic or whoever, they have the right to pick who gets the budget. So they're like, hey, we're not going to keep giving you budget for this guy that's not giving us revenue back. We're going to take his budget and move it over there. I know people. I think people fell in love with gunplay because, like, these days when I see people arguing logic, I'm like, I don't care. Like, business doesn't care about your feelings. So the facts is the facts. If Def Jam or whoever did that, it's because they ain't seen the money. You're not going to just keep dumping money and keep financing something that doesn't make you money. And that's the problem. So, you know, obviously Rick Ross is kind of saying it in an insensitive way where a label would kind of like, oh, hey, no, we're releasing you or whatever. I think Ross and them probably didn't tell him because oftentimes the production company, because they don't do too much other than collect the checks and cut the checks, they try to be an insulator for the artist that deals with the label. So when the label says, hey, we don't want to do that anymore, you try to leverage the current artist to make that person hot again, that the label got to start doing it again. So you might not tell them the truth, right? And what Rick Ross is saying is true. He says you didn't have a manager. That's a manager's job. Someone's going to tell the manager the truth. Yo, your artist is not making us money. This is a deal, da-da-da-da. The artist isn't supposed to go back. The manager is not supposed to go back to the artist, right? And say everything like that. Or listen, let's bring it back to something simpler. Yo, the artist says, yo, I want a Rolling Loud coming up. Tell them niggas I want 200,000. Rolling Loud tells the manager, yo, bro, your artist isn't hot. We'll only offer him 25,000. We're not giving him 200,000. The manager's not gonna go to his artist and deflate him and probably fuck up his mentality by saying, bro, you're not hot. You're a has-been. This is all you're worth. He's gonna take that wording and give it a different way to console usually these egomaniacs known as rappers' egos. So Ross kind of did the same thing. Bro, I could have told you the distributor didn't want to fuck with your career. It's not me. And that's why I said homeboy stuff never works good because you know what Gunplay's going to say? Yeah, but fuck the distributor. I thought you were my mans. You're my mans.
I always say you one record from being on top. And while I got all you niggas in group texts like bitches, cause you know, Rose always get the word. And not laughing at my little bro situation. Y'all plugging in South Beach Brew. This is Ricky Rose, new beer company from right here, South Beach. It's right here. Right here. It only makes sense. This shit is...
Chat, let me tell you this. You'd be surprised how much a good manager, a good agent protects the feelings of a rapper or anybody that they've signed. You're going through a negotiation. It might be like, oh, okay, say they're shopping around my name. Okay, anybody want to do a podcast deal with Akademiks? There could be two people that's Akademiks. Oh, hell no. Women hate that nigga. We're good. They're not going to come back to me and tell me that because it's going to deflate your ego. That's how it goes. They're going to take that info and be like, all right, we're going to just say they just passed. They probably have a lot going on anyway. You're not going to go back to the motherfucking artist and tell them exactly why niggas dropped you or niggas don't want to do a deal with you. Like, you have to protect the psyche of the client. That's just usually how it goes. And for the people who are like, nah, but Raw should have did, all right, you're just delusional. That really happens a lot.
The bomb. It's the motherfucking best. It's gonna be number one just in a short time. So, fellas, put this in y'all group text. Tell all your bitches I say hi. I feel you. Hey, that nigga was tongue kissing that bitch.
What?
For young hustlers, I want y'all niggas to just reflect and always remain appreciative of that work that niggas done put in for you. Niggas done put in 20 years of hard working, and when you niggas meet a hoe, y'all start tongue kissing on love and hip hop and throw the 20 years away. You know, when niggas fall in love and say hoes lawyers and they don't be lawyers and they just... How you feeling now? That's how niggas feel. Yeah. So I know how it go. I feel it. Y'all plugging in South. You mad, ain't it, now? When you reflect and look in the mirror, damn.
Now, it's still messy. I don't agree with you going in on your mans like this publicly. But I guess Ross is probably thinking, well, why did he go on a podcast talking about me? I get it.
Damn, where I'm at. Yeah. Ain't no pause buttons on life, my nigga. You can't pause the hustle. Now get back in the streets. Yeah, like you say, get back in the streets and turn up, nigga. Let's go get it. I feel you.
Okay. I don't think we've gotten any. Has Gunplay said anything else? Gunplay. Actually, what's his Instagram? All right. Wait, everybody want to box now?
Just at
Wait,
the
what?
studio
No. Oh, this is not boxing. Never mind.
the other day. I almost.
Okay, never mind.
There is no.
Okay. So it looked like he hasn't really responded. Kind of interesting. It looked like he's starting everything over, but Ross kind of mentions that he feels that this guy found a woman and kind of that took him off his path, whatever. All right. Speaking about people who used to be a part of a group and who are no longer part of said group, we have some words from G Units, or former G Unit, I guess. Young Buck, give me a second. So Young Buck got mentioned in one of 50's posts. Oh, actually 50 even posted that up. So 50 looked like he was joking around. And it says, I used to love Duke of Hazzards in back in the day. They threw bro up in there. Homie, you made it. Who is this? Is this Yayo? I don't know. Who is this? This is Brorilla 50, and I don't know who that is. 50. Is that Uncle Murda? Okay, that's Yayo. How's T.I. in there? Okay. Now, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. He posted this up and he says, they mad because you up. Young Buck kicked out, you in the group. At least I know you ain't looking at my ass. Oh shit. So he puts up a Brorilla post and he says, they mad because you're up. Young Buck got kicked out the group. And at least I know with you in the group, you're not looking at my ass. Holy.
Oh man, 50 Cent post me for. Y'all hate it. Y'all know I'm his #1 fan, and y'all mad because he posted me, but I'm over here happy as a them damn booty shorts. I'm happy he posted me anyway.
Okay. So he takes a jab at Yayo, and apparently Yayo responds. And Yayo responds like this.
You can't even come through their hoods like you. You ready? You ready? But yeah, man, that's how we out here, man, with the OGs and shit, man. You did. Wanna go to the... Yeah. All right. Get this goddamn liquor store real quick. But yeah, man, we out north. I'm out north with it. My neighborhood, that's the famous Ed's Fish Place. Let me show y'all. You can't come to the Ville without getting this experience right here. Ed's Fish Place, you know what I'm saying? And see, I just decided to do, when niggas start trolling and doing whole shit, I do shit that a nigga wish he could do. Nigga, walk through your neighborhood, nigga. Walk through your hood first, nigga. Walk through your hood first where you from, nigga. You won't play all these gay ass jokes and shit. Walk through your neighborhood and let's see how the folks treat you, my nigga. With no security. What's up with it, baby? Yeah. You feel me? Like walk through your neighborhood first, man, before you get to fucking with a real Tennessee nigga. I be chilling, man. You better handle them. You better handle your business with them other niggas and quit trying to troll and get something up off me, nigga. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I'm getting money in my hood, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Weak ass nigga. Go post that. You want to sit around here Keep playing with a nigga name, man. You ain't even funny no more. We all know you a joke. The world know. Can't even deal with them kids, nigga. Them kids on your ass, nigga. Keep me off your post, nigga. Today my C-Day, nigga. Happy C-Day the book. This my original C-Day. Last night was the party. If you missed the party, that was on you. You did.
Nigga, you missed Epics, motherfucker.
You missed the bad motherfucker. But I just wanted to show you, man, come on, man, walk through your neighborhood, man, get your life together, man. Quit trying to fuck with other people's life. That's why they on your ass now, nigga. Can't even deal with them goddamn kids. Nigga sitting here trying to play with a nigga. Throw a nigga name. What's up, homie? No?
Okay. Now, that started 50 back with some shit. Because look like 50 responds back to Buck, and he says, look at this punk-ass nigga. We know you like them boys, Buck. Bro really like the girls. That's a better fit around here, punk. You in your hood because you broke, boy. Jesus Christ. Yo, does 50 not get like... Is 50 not like tired of just beef with everybody? We all know 50's not going to back down from them, but it feels like he got a lot of opponents. He got a lot of opponents.
Hood, nigga.
Yeah, kind of sad. Kind of sad, man. Where do y'all think 50, what do you think about 50's whole, like, public perception is now? Do you think it's changed or what? You think people see him as vulnerable? Do you think people feel like he's the problem now? Do you think people find him less amusing? I see Chano threaten to drop a diss record, but this diss record, I don't know if it's cloud chasing or what, but he got everybody on the goddamn thing. He even got me on it. He got me, Adam22. Who's this right here? I don't know who this is. Who's this? I don't know. He's just got a bunch of people on this. Listen to this. Hold on. You gotta hear. This is his preview. I don't know if the record's out yet. He says Monday on YouTube he's dropping it. Respectfully, I wish Mano would stop rapping. I think he could talk shit. I think the rapping he should just leave behind him. But whatever. Whatever. He says he's dropping that soon. We'll see what that is. But 50 is supposedly going at like 10 people at the same time, right?
I don't play phones, man.
That boy so fly, high fly, you so fly.
Bow down to no man, no need to stress him. Stand up and pray just to. I'm a boss and a product of my.
I think I might give away $1 million. I think I'm.
Okay. All right. Well, one person who hasn't been amused by many shenanigans and even 50 Cent shenanigans is Fabio Foreign. So Fabio Foreign went on Twitter, and don't we love Fabio Foreign? Fabio got a few things off his chest. Now, he says, I think this is suck my teeth. I don't care how many niggas Ruger box. Man to man, I told him, let's get it on. Every street nigga know. All call outs is mandatory. So he's forever pussy in my eyes. And he's obviously commented after Ruger won his fight. I was on live with Aiden and Ruger before the fight, and I said, hey, maybe I could try to still get this fight with you and Fabio going. I don't know if Fabio wants to fight him now, but Fabio is basically saying from the initial confrontation where they were face-to-face in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, he believes that Ruger's pussy because Ruger didn't want to box him then. Fine. Fabio then says 50 is also pussy. which is interesting. You know, he's from New York, and I think Fabio's been really talking about Atlanta and Chicago dudes. He ain't really been talking about New York dudes. He says 50 is pussy for coming at the old YNs, which is hilarious. So even Fabio is calling Mano, Jim Jones, and the rest of them old YNs. He said 50 pussy for coming at the old YNs when T.I. old illiterate country ass on his heels. Ain't no change in subjects, nigga. And I hate how New York didn't stand together about that shit. But fuck it. Which I haven't heard 50 respond to. But it's interesting. And then he says boogie bugging, but he means Boosie. He says Boosie is bugging for leave me, which by the way, ironically, he says T.I. old illiterate country ass. But Fabio Foreign is the king of misspellings. But he says Boosie's bugging for leaving me and a couple other real niggas off that list. Now, he's talking about the list that Boosie put out. It's a list that Boosie... Wait, what's Boosie's official Instagram? Boosie put out the list of the rappers who didn't check PC. And on that particular list, he kind of named everyone, and one of the people he named, let me just kind of... one of the people he clearly left out was Fabio Foreign. That's why he's talking about it. So let me keep scrolling. But the list is here. This is a list of rappers who didn't check PC. He said, oh, I forgot Gates and Kelly. Fabio was saying you forgot him too. So he's saying Boosie's bugging for leaving me and a couple of real niggas off that list. And he calls out Lil Baby. He says Lil Baby's weird for riding around with Thug on some Passenger Princess shit. So, Lil Baby, Young Thug, y'all seen the video. They're riding around in the drop top. You have Thug, he puts his hands in the air. He's like, his fingers is going through the wind. Romantic, I'm not going to lie. Very romantic. So according to Fabio Foreign, he says Lil Baby's pretty weird for this. Right? Hey, it is what it is. Interesting. Fabio, man, you might have to hop in the ring with one of these guys.
Out here popping in my nigga.
Okay. Anyway. So that's happening. What do you guys think about what Fabio is saying? Ironically, I think hip hop is just in a changed place. Number one, on this page I follow, it's a Atlanta page. Everybody was clowning Fabio for calling out Baby. They were basically saying, yo, this is Atlanta. Y'all niggas need to leave us the fuck alone. He's like, he just wants some friends. Damn, he can't spell or read. His career died when Pop died, unfortunately. I hate when out-of-town niggas be in city business. Man sound gay. Why he with him and not with me, face ass? Somebody said, who give a fuck what he says? Somebody said, boy, Shorty might be the most illiterate rapper. Somebody said, who listened to him? Got a smoothie brain. He got me back on drugs. Somebody said, Thug is whatever. He just got swept under the rug. There's many people arguing on that. Most people saying false. Somebody said, no, he ain't no rat. He just saying that they ain't went PC in the county. Somebody said, yo, he was recorded ratting. Yo, they said, I don't know about that shit. The interrogation room was a little, I don't know what, I can't read what they're saying. Telling 12 of niggas selling weed is telling, it's a type shit, but okay, I don't know. So pretty much Atlanta's kind of backing this up. Atlanta is saying, bro, leave us alone. Leave Young Thug alone. Worry about yourself. Stay out of Atlanta business. And, oh, I forgot. They're both Crips. Wait, Lil Baby a Crip too? Okay, so this is Crip business, right? So one Crip calls out another Crip. Okay. I get it. Oh, shit. Who's this? this is.
I really can't. It's gonna be 75 to get the boots out, guys. No. Oh no. Oh. Hey, bro, don't text me, bro. Fuck you talking about? They don't text me. Don't. No, I'm telling you, decline, man. Look, decline.
Oh, they got a gangster boot guy in Atlanta?
75 to get the boots. I mean, yes.
No.
You can say no. The boot not gonna